I found the best travel card in terms of exchange rate. Let me explain. Last weekend, I actually went to a short trip to Vietnam where I conducted a little experiment where I tried to find out which travel card gives me the best exchange rate. So, in this video, I will talk about what are the cards. Number two, I will talk about which one actually gives the best exchange rate. First, let's talk about BigPay. BigPay is basically the fintech arm of AirAsia, where it offers different services like a debit card, payments, and even loans. Opening an account is extremely simple. You can just download the app on the Play Store or App Store, and opening the account is actually free. However, if you would like to have the card, you will need to pay up to 20 ringgit for the card to be issued to you. The second card that I will compare today is Wise, previously known as TransferWise. With Wise, you can get access up to 40 currencies in the wallet, and to get the card, you actually will need to pay 13 ringgit and 70 cents to be delivered to you. What set Wise apart from the other competitors like BigPay is that they use what they call the real exchange rate. The real exchange rate that they meant was basically the middle point between buying and selling of the exchange rate at that moment of time. And finally, in this comparison, we have Malaysia's first digital bank, GXBank. GXBank offers a savings account that has a 3% annual interest rate credited daily and also 1% cashback on all transactions using this debit card. To get this card, it's actually free, where you don't have to pay a single cent to get this card, and they uses MasterCard FX rate where you spend overseas, where currently they are waiving off the fees up to 31st December 2024. So let's dive into the comparison rate. Over 5 days, I recorded all the transactions and recorded the exchange rate offered by these three cards. As you can see in the table, GXBank's debit card consistently provided the most favorable rates, averaging at 1 Malaysian ringgit to 5,234 dong, compared to Wise and BigPay 5,197 and 5,208 dong per Malaysian ringgit respectively. This means that you can actually get more dongs per ringgit, stretching your purchasing power even further. But that's not all. Remember where I mentioned about 1% cashback on all transactions using the debit card? Not only it offers a competitive exchange rate, with the 1% cashback on spending, GX effective exchange rate surges ahead all the competition to 5,279 dong per Malaysian ringgit, giving you even more value for money. To put it to the test, I actually made 3 purchases of the same exact amount. I bought a 3,900 dong of instant noodle at the same mart at the same time, where all 3 of the cards actually yielded the same exchange rate. The item value is actually too little to trigger GXBank's 1% cashback. So do note that GX only gives 1% cashback if the cashback value is more than 1 cent. So secondly, I actually bought a higher value item at the mart. GX once again emerged victorious, where they offer a effective rate of 5,283 dong per Malaysian ringgit, beating BigPay and Wise. In conclusion, in my own personal assessment, GXBank's debit card emerges as the standout choice for its exceptional exchange rate and also cashback. And all of these are without any fees, at least so far. However, it's also really important to recognize each of the cards' benefits over the other. Firstly, I will talk about Wise. Wise actually provides the flexibility of holding more than 40 currencies in one card. And actually you can exchange your targeted currency even before you travel, which might yield a better result. This feature itself can be actually quite advantageous, as you can actually buy at the low exchange rate and also use it when you travel in the future. Next, BigPay. BigPay, as you guys know, is a fintech arm of AirAsia. So when you use BigPay to purchase flight tickets or hotels through the AirAsia app using BigPay, you will get deals and promotions and points that will be quite advantageous if you are in the ecosystem. To wrap it up, I think all these 3 cards has its own perks. For me, I really like GX debit card for its 1% cashback and good exchange rate so far. I will also use Wise as the backup plan, where if the exchange rate that currently I think is extremely low, I would really just switch or convert my currency now and for future travels. For example, I have been exchanging my Malaysian ringgit to yen, since Japanese yen is actually at quite a low point now. Maybe in the future when I travel to Japan, the yen may have appreciated against the Malaysian ringgit. So that's where I can save some money there. Thirdly, I also use BigPay to buy flight tickets on AirAsia to save some of the processing fees. So lastly, if you guys like to support what I do, please use the referral code down below to get up to £500 worth of free transfers on your Wise and maybe RM5 for your BigPay.